The online study is fantastic because it really teaches you, because you have to, this is your practice. It's your experience. We're adults choosing to take this course. We're not in college or high school getting in trouble if we don't show up or turn in a paper. So you will only benefit from the teaching. What you don't do or if you don't show up is really yours. But the online courses were so well prepared, so thought out, and it was really funny because I would read them and be so overwhelmed because they're so huge and they're so in depth and so like internal. It's so perfectly set up for you probably to be smacked upside the head with it and overwhelmed, but then the next time you pull up to your computer, you're like, oh my gosh, I get every single word now. And that's how it was for me. And I loved being in our study groups. I was terrified, didn't want to do it, don't want to have to share this with anybody. And then when we did, it was like, oh my gosh, I have friends forever. So it's a great, they kind of know what they're doing. David's done a great job of setting this up.
There's a lot of support in the program through David and Nancy and some of the other participants. I think one of my favorite things were the study group. I was put together with 2 other women, and it's been pretty amazing to have that support along the way. We all got to check in and see what we were doing, what we weren't doing, and then kind of find comfort in that, helping to realize that we're on a path and we're not alone, and that was a pretty special thing.
The layout, I think, works really well. I found the online portal really easy to use. It's great that you can go at your own pace and read the books and then interact with the material. While the lessons are issued weekly, I found it easy. There was 2 weeks where I was traveling and when I didn't have any internet, but I found it pretty easy to get myself caught up when I needed to. And the usage of the group calls is really helpful to kind of start connecting the group. And then they bring in those little smaller study groups at a really great time, so you can get here when you're ready for your in-residence week and not be walking into a room full of strangers. There's familiar faces, and then there's at least 2 or 3 people that you're more deeply connected with. So that was really smart. And then this is beautiful down here. So being here in this space is truly wonderful.